Hello team, Dr. Sean Medlin here with Connections Chiropractic. I'm very excited today to be talking to Brian Kotowicz. He's the PGA instructor here at Thousand Oaks Golf Academy. He's going to be talking to us about back pain in golf and because golf is all about longevity and treating your body right, and then you can play golf for a very, very long time. And so that's what he's going to be talking to us about today.
Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate you coming out here today. Right there. So let's talk about your back a little bit here.
Okay.
So in the golf, in the backswing is very important to get ourselves the proper posture. That's the number one issue I see with most golfers is getting into the correct posture. So if you could line up like you normally would here.
All right.
So we talked a little bit earlier about your spine, which is your specialty here, so it should be very easy to get yourself into it. So you can see how all of a sudden have just a little bit of bowing. So all we need to do is pop the chest out right there to straighten out the back. And what you're going to notice is to get yourself in the proper posture is pretty easy. Really our goal is to have a nice straight back and take all the tension completely out of the body. So what you're going to notice is if you start bringing the body down a little bit this way, you start feeling all that tension right there in your lower back. Well, now all of a sudden if we bring the body up a little bit and you swing, you feel all that tension right there in the shoulders. So our goal really is to find that happy medium to get ourselves where the tension doesn't go in the lower back, tension doesn't go in the shoulders, and the arms are just hanging there. A lot of times I see people come in with a little bit of a bow right there. Well, all that tension right there is just sitting on my lower back. And so when I make a swing, it's going to put that tension and that torque right there on my lower back as I bring that back. That's why that starting posture is so important. Feeling a nice straight back, feeling the weight of the balls of the feet, and just getting yourself used to that.
Okay.
As you get the feeling in the golf swing.
Okay.
So just popping the chest out a little bit, you're going to notice, really straightens the spine. And it takes all the tension completely out of the whole body, doesn't it?
It does.
That's one of the other things that I see is the weight shift and getting our body through. And I want it to feel just like we're throwing a ball when we get ourselves out there. If I have myself in this position, our body wants to feel like it's going towards the target right there. Getting ourselves our body and getting it through as we go through. So we want to feel ourselves getting through as we get ourselves towards the target. You're going to notice if you do the same thing, and all I want you to do is make a swing this time and keep your right foot on the ground the whole time.
Okay, so no heel lifting?
No heel lifting. Where's all that pressure at as you make that swing? It's right down the right leg, and you really feel it down the right side right there. So that's that tension that we don't want in our body, and all of a sudden, that's when we see a lot of muscle strains and sprains, and really that disconnect of tissue. Yeah, just getting ourselves used to that feeling of here, and all that pressure is going down our right side. Yes, we do feel it on our right leg, but mostly we feel it right there. It's really in a position where our body shouldn't be.
Okay.
So it's getting used to that feeling of that weight shift going towards the target.
Okay, so weight shift and then proper setup.
Proper
so
setup.
that we had nice ease throughout our lower back and through our kinetic chain.
Correct.
Okay.
Kinetic chain is very important, trying to connect our lower body and our upper body.
Yeah.
The more we do that, the easier the swing becomes as we get ourselves along.
Okay.
The biggest problem I see in golf, besides posture, besides weight shift, is really pre-round or pre-range. We really want to stretch out our muscles.
Okay.
A lot of people go in, and I see a lot of people that are in their 20s, 30s, step right up to the first tee, swing as hard as they can. All that's doing is putting pressure on that back.
Right.
We need to stretch it out and get ourselves in that position. As you see in the office right there, we need to really enhance those muscles and really start driving in the, I can't remember what you call it.
the paraspinal muscles?
There you go.
Yes.
And you have that tool that goes in there and really digs it. Well, we have to think the same thing when we're on the golf course.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of good stretches really to get our body used to that.
Okay. What are those?
Well, a couple of those stretches are pretty simple. The first one is really getting our shoulder and our torso. So all I want you to do is take that club, put it right behind your head here. I can feel your muscles pop a little bit. Get down into your golf position because we want to make sure our spine's straight through it. Pop your chest out just a little bit. And all we want to do is rotate back and forth. Really with our torso. Just feeling more of this right there. And so really what that's doing is taking care of the shoulders and the upper back right there. It's really loosening it out.
I can feel that in my shoulders.
Absolutely.
Big time.
And that's really what we want to do is we want to enhance those muscles and get ourselves used to that feeling. Now I want you to do the same thing, and I want you to bring it back as far as you can.
Not going very far.
It's okay, but you can really feel that in the shoulders and the upper back right there.
Yeah.
When we twist a little bit, we feel a little bit more in the lower back and the torso. So that's the perfect stretch really to start stimulating our muscles a little bit. And we want that little muscle stimulation because we want to ease into our golf swing.
Okay.
We go out there and swing as hard as we can. All we're going to do is hard.
Mm-hmm.
So along with that, a couple other stretches just to get yourself used to that point. We want to stretch out our hips a little bit because we have all this hip torque when we're getting into there.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do, lay on the ground and really trying to bring that knee into there. And I've done this in your office on the bench before, really trying to get that with the hip when you're trying to stimulate the muscles and the bones and all this in that spot.
Yeah.
So stretching out with both feet
Okay.
about 5 or 6 times. Obviously, it's a lot better laying
Yeah,
down.
I'm going to demonstrate it on the floor real
Okay,
quick.
there we go.
So we're down like this, and we're going like this.
Correct.
Okay.
And you can rotate your body a little bit. Just
So here?
feel that right there, loosening up the hip in that position.
Okay.
And really all this is for that lower body, really to get yourself used to that muscle memory.
Okay.
And nice looking socks too.
Oh, thank you.
So really those are the 2 big stretches that I like to see in golf before we even get on the golf course. Now all of a sudden, we're feeling a little bit looser.
Yeah.
And when we start out on the driving range, when you get there, don't try to hit it as hard as you can. Don't take the stress out of the day out on that driver. All I want you to do is ease into it. Really taking loose swings until you really start to feel those muscles a little bit more relaxed. If you feel tight right away, well, we need to relax it, just like you do in your office right there. So that's 2 of the stretches that I like to begin getting people to start out.
Okay.
Yeah? Whenever you're ready, sir. Absolutely.
I appreciate
Thanks for
it.
stopping by, Dr. Sean.
Yes, absolutely.
So he's going to be breaking par here very soon.